one particular place that you like performing at more than others?
Nowhere in the world. I just got back from Egypt, and it was no different in Egypt than it was last night here at the Donald Trump's Trump Plaza. People love music. Like you said earlier, it's amazing how music reaches such far distances. But if it's a music that the people like, they'll buy it. If they don't like it, they don't buy it. That's just that simple. You know, and I've had a lot of success in Europe. I love England. I love France, Italy, Holland, all the Benelux countries. I've been going there since 1973. Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like home.
So it wasn't like Barry White's career died and he started running to Europe. Barry White was one of the few artists in the history of music who made friends with the Europeans. First time I went to England, I lost $9,000 because of the orchestra. It's so big, and they wasn't paying enough money for my first appearance over there in England. But I never lost another $9. You know, you got to make yourself friendly. You got to let them see you.
Right.
You can't be about money. You got to be about that music when you go to them people. You know, I don't care where you go. Yeah.
That is the thing that drives you, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, the love for the craft. Yeah. That is my motivation and my stimulation. That's why the money comes. It's because you're so dedicated to what you're doing, which you should be. That money automatically, because your mind is not on money, your sight is not on money. It's on that craft. You work diligently, you work consistently, you work dedicated, and it returns to you. Believe me, tenfold.
I would like for you to take me back to the beginning, if you would. Now, I know you don't remember your birth, even though I teased you about it last time you were on video, so that you came out with that voice and said, "Let's get busy."
I remember.
At 1 minute old. But what's your earliest remembrances of childhood?
4 years old. I didn't have no special life as a little boy. My mother was extremely poor as far as money and materialistic things. She centered her life around her sons. We always knew when we left home, mother would be there, and when we got home, my mother would be there. She taught me many things, many great, great things that I taught my children that I live by every day. She taught me how to harmonize, singing at 4 years old on the song Silent Night. She brought a piano and when I was 5, and the first time that I'd heard her play a piano, she was always playing classical music on records. And when I came home from school, the lady was in there playing that piano, Moonlight Sonata. And that was, I think that's the most beautiful time that my mother ever looked to me. She looked so beautiful to me when I walked into that house, and she was sitting there playing Moonlight Sonata. We didn't even know she could play a piano, because she wasn't the kind of woman that told you, I can do this, I can do that, I know about this. You had to discover it, you know, and or uncover it, rather. It was very simple, gang banging, gang activity from the age of 9. Grew up in the streets, grew up seeing things we shouldn't have seen at that young age, which most ghetto children see, most poverty area children see. You learn how to survive. You learn that you must survive. You learn that there's such a thing as survival. It's not peaceful. It's not as quiet. It's not as a suburb, if you will. It's just an ordinary life, man. But even in a ghetto world, or a poverty world, where things are not going so smooth, one must be taught that you're responsible for your own decisions, your own actions, your own words. My mother taught me this at a very young age. If you don't like something that's going down, don't say nothing, just leave. Very simple philosophy that I live by now. Yeah.
What else?
Church. I was in church at the age of 7. Started singing in church at the age of 8. That's when I sounded like Michael Jackson. That was before I turned 14. So It wasn't nothing extraordinary about Barry White's life. He believed in what he believed in, and that he still believes in that today. He still lives by those golden words of knowledge that my mother taught me. She was never wrong. Everything she taught me was absolutely true in life. She used to say to me and my brother, don't always do things and expect to get paid for them. My father had the opposite philosophy. Don't do nothing unless they pay you. Mm-hmm. My mother told my father, don't tell them that. That is wrong. Sometimes what you learn is worth more than a man could ever pay you. Mm. That's how I got in the record business. You know, I was doing things as a young 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old. Bass lines and arrangements, drum grooves. Barry, would you come by the session? Something's wrong with this song. I couldn't get no credit, and the cats didn't give me no money. But I was getting the experience. Mm-hmm. And then when that record would come out on the radio and I'd hear my bass line or my drum groove on that record, yeah, it works. Mm-hmm.
So that sets you up. I mean, that gives you knowledge to know that you're on point.
I didn't thank the man for the money, because there was none. I thanked him for the opportunity for me to test my intellect, my knowledge, my feeling of music, of arranging. Because I had to learn how to produce records. I learned how to songwrite and compose, and didn't have no money, no car, no clothes, no connections, no hookups. 4 children, wife, my mother, brother in the penitentiary, on welfare for 7 years.
Is that right?
Yeah. Because I didn't want to steal nothing, you know, for my children to eat, and it helped out a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I never planned on staying on that for the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. It was just a stepping stone. I remember my first state tax check I had to pay in L.A. It was like $1.8 million. I made so much money that year, and I smiled. Everybody was wondering why I was smiling that day. And I just went through my day. I never told nobody. The reason I was smiling, I was thanking California for giving me the opportunity to use welfare as a catalyst to get to where I was really trying to go. Mm-hmm. And once I got off of it, my life turned around, you know, I mean, it was all over and it was another world.